Greetings, everyone. Today, Eastern Conference semifinal preview matchup between the New Jersey Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes dispatching the Islanders in 6 games, and the Devils doing the same to the Rangers in 7. Looking at both teams here, Carolina, of course, is dealing with a rather decent amount of injuries up front. That being said, Raanta still played respectively in that they were able to take down the Islanders just because of they had a better jump. Of course, the Islanders still made a series out of it, down 3-1. They at least won a game to extend it out there. But of course, the Canes still finished it off in 6. As for the Devils, it was very much a tale of almost two different teams there on both ends of it all. The Devils, games 1 and 2, no answer for the Rangers. There was just nothing that they could do. You looked at it all. Then they brought in Schmidt for Game 3. Game 3 could have gone either way. Devils had to break their way there for an overtime win, and 4 and 5 was where it was the Jekyll and Hyde for both teams. The Rangers just couldn't do a single thing, no matter what. The Devils had their way with all their speed. Game 6, flip it back again, and then Game 7, flip it back again. So that's how the Devils wound up here. So when you're comparing a matchup here, the Canes, they still remind me of last year's team. The plus side, though, was that they were actually able to win a road game this year, so that's going to be a benefit to actually winning a series. But are they equipped to handle the Devils' speed? I do think so. I actually think so better than what the Rangers could have handled. The Rangers just looked, by all means, slow when compared to the Devils here. The Devils made use of that. And Carolina, I think, is better equipped to handle that. I think they're a little more physical. They may not be as fast as the Rangers, which, of course, it's funny to think because the Devils are way up here. The Rangers look slow. Carolina, I think, might be a tad slower than them. But because they can be a little more physical, I think they can handle that speed quite a bit better, especially when you have guys like Brady Shea on the team on defense there. Just they have a lot going for them to be able to handle it, even with the injuries. The biggest, of course, factor for them is going to have to be figuring out Schmid. Schmid, when he was on, was very, very on. He had the one loss in Game 6. Even then, some of those goals weren't really his fault. They were just well-placed shots, rebounds, anything like that. The Devils, when they were on, gave Schmid every single kind of support around him. So the Canes had to figure out Schmid, and the Devils supporting him left and right. The plus side, I guess, for the Canes, though, is that because they won in 6 and the Devils had to play an extra 2 games there at that point. Well, yeah, 2 games because their Game 6 didn't occur till the next day. The Canes, I guess, could have spent some time watching the Devils and see maybe how to be able to counter it after they watched Game 6 and Game 7 against the Rangers there. That being said, I do think despite their youth and their first time in the playoffs since 2018, where there's only 2 guys on that team that actually played in that series, I think the Devils might have a slight edge in this one. I think they do. And I think that they can win this series just by their sheer speed alone and be a very big surprise here, making a deep playoff run. So I'm going to say it's the Devils in about 6 games here. I just think they're going to be able to do it. Of course, once again, it's the playoffs. Any team can win. Carolina was the number 1 seed in the Metropolitan for a reason. So if they win, of course, I'm never going to be surprised at this point in a series because I don't view any of these matchups on both the West and the East to have an upset factor, in all honesty, at this point. But yeah, Devils in 6. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to talking about the next round, of course, with the conference finals and the Stanley Cup finals later on. But we will get there as time moves on. I look forward to watching this one and the rest of them. Take care, everyone. See ya.